closely.
Welcome to
This is Professor
another
Raymond
Evil
Lowe,
Dead
Department
game.
of
It's
Ancient
been a
History.
minute.
I know now that nothing can remedy the
Today I
atrocities
am going to
but I
show
believe I
off
can
Brock
stop
the
it.
Cock
Follow these
Williams,
instructions.
approximately 2 months after he's been released. So, I mean, for the small fan base that plays this
First step
game,
is to gather
likely
the
you know
pieces
how
of
he
the map that
is,
you'll find nearby.
but I figured
The
I'd
map will
go
reveal
with
the
him anyway.
location of the lost pages of the Necronomicon and Kandarian dagger.
Now, typically, you want to reserve legendary weapons for, like, it's early. Legendary range weapons for the hunter, but he's going to be using long gun, so don't mind if I do. The warrior and the healer aren't going to do as much damage with it. Anyways, yeah, we're playing a game against Puppeteer. Pick up a shovel because it does pretty decent balance bar damage. And yeah, this game has been in a kind of interesting state. I don't really know where its future is going to be. It could die. I hope it doesn't, but it could. To my understanding, there was like a saber company in, like, I don't know, Barcelona or something. Great. Warrior Ash is getting fucked already. And I guess they just changed to, like, American saber or whatever. So we'll see how that works out. 2 legendaries and no Ed Getley. But he still has crossbows. This game is a huge marketing issue, though. It's just not being marketed very well. And another issue, too, is the prestige grind. I didn't really have an issue with it before, but thinking about it now with, like, if you're new to this game and you want to play this game, like, especially playing as Demon, if you don't have the prestige, then you're just fucked. Speaking of fucked, I just learned here that if you go down here, you gotta go all around. So, my solution to the problem with, like, this game having not only a huge learning curve, but a huge grind, especially for new players, is do daily challenges. Do what Dead by Daylight does, and give, like, daily play as Warlord, play as, like, David, whatever. Just do stuff like that to, like, boost up the spirit points, and, you know, let the fucking new players, give them something to work with, you know. Oh yeah, so I dropped my gun because there was a blue lever action in there, but I dropped mine and showed them that there was a legendary. The idea behind that is basically, like, look, I already got one. I don't want someone to be using the same ammo as me. Try to pick something else. But it's hard to say what they're going to do with this game because, I mean, if you look at it, like, it's been out for a year now. It's got barely any traction on Twitch. Like, it's kind of a small fan base that plays this game. It's not really hitting the heights of, like, the other games in this kind of genre, like DVD or whatever. Which is sad. I think this game has a lot of potential. Anyways, I don't know what those 3 are doing, but they're still at the cave entrance. They should be moving. But I figure they got a hunter, they got a healer, they got a warrior. They should be fine. So I'm just going to go ahead. One of the best things about Brock is his ability, which is I am the manager, which basically means he can just carry a shit ton of things. Especially ammo. If you're looking for a build on Brock, one of the big things to do with him is do deep pockets for ammunition. So if there's any hunters on your team, they really don't have to worry if you have looted with Brock, basically. I'm not gonna take the car. I figure if they run into any issue, they might need it. I'm not too worried with Brock. Now, he's got the stamina of a warrior, but Just get him to a car with like a possess unit on you, activate his ability, you're in the car, you're gone. Easy peasy. Kind of like Henry. I haven't uploaded in a while either. Honestly, it just got burned out when like Ruby dropped. I played a little bit and I'm just exhausted because another thing too is it's just 3 maps. Like I play this game to a point where I can go around this map practically blindfolded and know where everything's gonna be. So they either need to do more maps or like do something with the maps where it changes up the locations, RNG, all that stuff. Like Fishing Village, for example, is great for looting and shems and all that. What if they changed that? What if they made a Demonic Treehouse really good for shems and loot boxes, for example? Just something to mix it up, you know? But yeah, right now this game's in a very stale position, especially map-wise. The characters, they're doing a good job with that. I'm happy with the way the characters are. It's quality over quantity with this game for the characters. Like, there's no really bad character. They're all good, and they all bring something unique to the table. But I just need to do, like, map updates or something. But if you're a financer looking at this game and you see the numbers for it, that's kind of where my biggest is coming from. Like, just it doesn't look good for that reason. I don't see why people would want to finance it if the numbers are a small but loyal fan base, you know? Just how the world works these days. They're getting fucked up over there, Jesus.
Light might help matters.
With the final piece of the map in your possession, only the demon stands between you and the necessary ritual items. The lost pages of the Necronomicon and Kandarian dagger.
Some people might say, like, why are you not sticking with them? You should help them out. You're a leader. Your aura gives them buffs. Yeah, that's true, but also... Jeez, I suck with this thing. We also need to get this shit moving. It's been almost 10 minutes, and we just completed the map pieces. Like, it's fine to have some people playing with the demon and keep them occupied, but if everyone's doing that and the demon is just slapping them around, we're not going to get anywhere with that. You gotta... As a survivor, going against a decent demon and puppeteer is pretty good. You gotta keep moving.
On my way. Hold on to your hats.
Alright, let's see what these guys are up to. Looks like an Elagos. Yeah, it's an Elagos.
Never get enough of these.
Here. I'm here. Don't shoot me.
Yeah, sure.
Shooting me.
And one of the nice things about Brock, with going out and looting alone, like this situation where, yeah, they were dealing with them without me for a while. They were kind of slow as shit, but because they were dealing with him, that doesn't make me useless running off without them, because Brock, you know, can carry a bunch of shit. So, you know, Hunter Ash, he needs long gun ammo. Cheryl needs shems. Well, I can carry a bunch of those, so I'm able to hook him up at least. Trying to get them in here. Yeah, Brock's aura is really strong, actually. He's got Life of the Party, where it affects every class differently. For the leaders, it's like more fear reduction. So he's actually pretty damn good against Ball. For the warriors and the hunters, like extra damage. I think it's like 10%, but it goes to 12%, or it could be 20 to 22%. I don't remember the exact numbers. And then for support, he lets he basically reduces the time on their cooldown for their ability. So, Jesus. I think she picked up that blue lever action.
All manner of
Getting
evil
pecked with
spirits
it.
will sense their
Um,
attack.
Yeah, his ability for support's really good, except Blacksmith, because Blacksmith's kind of a black sheep. But yeah, Pablo can pop amulets, Cheryl can pop her healing, David can use his blue fire thing, which is pretty nice, and support Ash can do his spear thing. That's all thanks to Brock. They can do it just a little bit quicker. And there's Brock's ability in action there. He's like Henry, you know? He can just bring down or bring someone up without really worrying about the demon. Yeah, you still get hit, but not a huge deal. What the fuck are they doing out there? Do they try to go for the fire?
Don't mess with the rock star.
Just fucking them up. So yeah, all my running around without them, it did allow me to give Cheryl all these shemps, so... The Brock Star, even if you're not with them, you're still helping if you're looting. There's some amulets for them. Another issue with this game I kind of want to shout in an empty void because I know it's probably not going to be addressed is the prestige system. Annie, for example, is a hunter of a leader. Yeah, she can do melee, but her thing is more being ranged. Yeah, with Annie, if I want to prestige her, I got to do fucking finishers on a range character. Same goes with Arthur, who's a melee leader. You got to do basically you got to do headshots with them, which is like, do they know which character you're even doing this with? It doesn't make sense. They kind of put a one-size-fits-all prestige system across each of the classes. So, and a lot of them is just like objective points, and objective points just take fucking forever. So, for the prestige system, like, I really don't mind the grind, but if they made it more personal to each of the characters, like, let's say support Ash, like, reduce this amount of fear, right? With Pablo, like, I don't know, pop this many amulets or do this much amulet healing to people or whatever. If they just cater it to make it a little bit more specific to them, like Scotty do this much damage with the axe, I feel like the prestige grind would be a lot smoother.
Your team now
Again, I'm
holds
probably
the
just shouting
Kandarian
into the
dagger,
void here.
an ancient weapon carved from human bone.
Fishing. I don't know why those guys were so slow in the beginning of the game.
Show's over unless I get some
Now they seem to be, at least, they're good about hustling now. And I mean, it's 2 prestige 1s with us, so it's not like they're newbies to the game. Oh yeah, a little sweat tip. If the demon possesses your car, what I tried to do there was jump behind it so he couldn't reverse it, but that didn't work. But if you're playing Survivor and the demon possesses the car, if you shoot it or hit it, you're gonna break the car pretty quickly. If you pin it between 2 people, one in the front, one behind, and just make sure that car doesn't go anywhere, that's a good way to waste infernal energy from the demon and just and basically just preserve your car that way. Doesn't really matter on this map. It doesn't really matter on Kandar, but it matters on the big map for sure. should have went into a finisher there. He's gonna target me. Right before I could do that.
Stay with me. I can't leave you alone.
If Hunter Ash didn't have his ability, that would have been a really good move on the demon's part. He downed me with boss, but then he dropped me and went to a basic power possession, and a power possession on Elagos is pretty much like boss. Or the puppeteer, like a basic possessed unit just has so much they do so much damage, like it's like a flute just crammed up in them, you know? Super powerful. And easier to maneuver than Elagos too. Elagos is kind of squishy and weak.
Let's have some light so you can see me better.
I like this this legendary lever action, and I don't want the demon to get its hands on it. If you have a lever action, the demon can blow through that shit so quickly. So another reason why I wanted it on Brock over anyone else is he's easy to manage the fear once you get the pink Fs for it.
Trap still runs.
Because yeah, one of the most depressing things is like getting possessed as like a hunter or something with a lever action and just watching them burn through all the ammo so quick. At least with the revolver, it takes them a while to do the shots. Like it's a slower rate of fire, so chances are they're gonna do like maybe 15. They're gonna get rid of like 15, maybe 20 before they're out of the energy.
I'm here. Don't shoot me.
But yeah, I don't upload too much really anymore on this game, and a couple of reasons. One is just I don't want to get burned out of this. I like this game and I want to keep liking this game. And if I like keep playing it like hard, I'm just gonna get burned out. The other thing too is there's not a lot to say about it that hasn't been said already, whether by me or by one of the more prominent content creators. This game just updates at such a snail's pace
Pages of
that
the Necronomicon, transmitting a psychic wave.
a lot of times it's just kind of repetitive.
Hold your ground.
Yeah, I'd rather avoid repetition there. I don't know why he's targeting the hunter. You would think Brock would be a lot easier of a target. Legendary double barrel, nice. One of Brock's maybe weaknesses, like a way to counter him as demon, is if you look at his pink Fs, he's got the stamina of a warrior basically. He's only got 2 slots for stamina there, so he can't move around much. And since he's a leader, he's definitely going to be squishier than a warrior. So if you're in this situation where you're dealing with this, probably one of the better tactics is just like one of the better targets is Brock. Or Cheryl, but if they're a good support, they know how to dodge. Because that kind of comes with the territory. I like how we found good range weapons against a fucking puppeteer who's like good against range pretty much. I mean, if you saw the Warrior Ash, he was basically going with a common sword for half of the game until he found that blue chainsaw, but even then.
The lost pages of the Necronomicon. The power of the book is within reach.
Get over here. I need to show you something.
There you go, ammo for him.
The lost pages and Kandarian dagger are in your possession. You have all you need.
This demon's been hitting us
Banish
pretty
the Dark
hard. I
Ones
figure it
back
might
to
as
the
well
Vortex.
make a supply run before we get to the end game here. Cheryl seems with me. I don't know what the other two are doing. Slowly making their way now. Hit this up for them.
A bit of light might help matters.
Give these to Cheryl. Another thing about this game too is in the high MMR games, when everyone knows really well what they're doing with this game, the games pretty much just come down to book, which is kind of sad, but
Check your map. I know.
so like really all the demons do have a good book play. It's just different ways to approach doing it. But like survivors know this game well enough, like good survivors know this game pretty well enough to like know how to survive the demon, know how to like
Follow me.
either stick together or the ones that can afford to run off and collect stuff. And so yeah, a lot of these games come down to defending the book while the demon attacks the book. And Puppeteer with book is kind of bullshit with the elites. See, the elites have like a thunder ability, which you've probably seen if you gone against puppeteers. Some of them love to spam that shit. It's AoE, right? It can hit everyone. But when you're a certain distance from the book, it hits the book too, and you can't like dodge it. Like there's not really a counterplay for the survivors except stay away from the book, which also doesn't really work because the elites are mostly immune to range damage. So you can't just pop them from a distance in case they use their electric. You have to stay close to them, but then they hit the thunder strike and then boom, hits the book and does pretty good damage to it. Now those guys are still lagging behind, still on the road. If they're in Pain Manor, all right, but they're still on the road. Jesus. Well, the Brock Star here is just gonna get started on Dark Ones. One mistake I made before is finishing Dark Ones when my team was still lagging. Because then the demon just comes right over and just fucks up the book, and one person isn't going to be able to really stop it effectively.
But I don't want to die. Not like this.
So yeah, I've actually rethought Ruby too. She's a pretty damn good leader. The big thing with that is stamina. She gives a big stamina reduction with her ability, and that's pretty amazing, especially for supports and warriors. However, being that a lot of this game is still book damage, I still think Annie is like top tier. Like, when it comes down to book games, Annie can make or break games with her balance bar. Looks like the other two are coming in now. That's interesting. You see that? So there was like no basics around me, and then once these two started getting closer, now the basics start coming. So I wonder if there's something with Brock where like they just weren't spawning next to me.
There is no doubt that the demon
The
will
Shemps
attempt
for
to destroy
Cheryl.
the completed Necronomicon. You must not allow it.
Amulets for the Hunter or Cheryl, whoever.
I call this one the ass.
What's Hunter Ash doing? Oh, he's got boss on him. Surprised the demon's making that mistake. Like, as demon in this position, well, with Dark Ones, you really want to keep an eye on Dark Ones. When it gets close to going down, you got to be on that shit, like, immediately. Here's our elite. See, like with Annie, you could break that balance bar before he gets a chance to drop Thunder. Especially if the Warrior's on you, you guys all have sledgehammers, you know. That'd be the way to deal with it. Especially with Puppeteer. Puppeteer's weakness is balance bars for the most part, so you should be able to get him. Yeah, this demon attack booked way too late here. Here's your ammo, Hunter Ash. Did you give me any ammo? Nope. And give the demon something to look at. Yeah, some Brock gameplay. He is definitely a good leader, but don't expect a lot of stamina with him.
If you've reached this point in my recording,
Hunter Ash, though, man, he fucks shit up.
I choose to believe you've closed the portal.
Can't believe I got
Mankind will
last.
never
But
know what you've
with
avoided,
leaders, you always get the most
what you
pink
and
F.
I do.
So,
It's okay.
in case the others ever flex on you, you can always say, well, why don't you have more pink F like I did?
Sucked big time.
Checkmate.
It wasn't even hard.
Anyways, that's it for now, and take care.